Hello superheroes, welcome back to my channel, the place where we make the impossible possible. Today I'm going to show you how to manifest a desire when it seems impossible to you and when you cannot convince yourself it could ever happen. What's up superheroes? I'm Scarlet Grace from Seraph.com. I'm a manifestation coach and today I'm going to share with you the exact things you can do when you have a desire and you want to manifest it, but your imaginal scene feels fake and unreal to you because your mind keeps saying, yeah right, as if that would ever happen. If you're new here and you want to learn how to manifest any desire fast with the law of attraction and Neville Goddard's teachings, then start now by hitting the subscribe button and the bell icon so that you won't miss any video that could change your life. And if you need some extra help or my personal advice for your situation, email coaching is now available. You'll find the links in the description below. Okay. So, when it comes to manifesting, the most common technique is the imagining technique, where you create a scene in your mind that would happen if and only if your desire had already manifested, and then you relax your body, close your eyes, and play this scene over and over in your mind until it feels solid and real, like something that actually happened. I've already talked about this technique in detail in many other videos, so I'm not going to go over it again today, but if you don't know how to do it, then I'm going to link a video in the card up to the right, as well as below in the description. If you want to learn exactly how to use the imagining technique to get the best results, then watch that video. Here's what often happens though. You decide on exactly what you want to manifest. You spend the time to construct the perfect imaginal scene. You enter a state akin to sleep and you start playing a scene over and over in your mind. And it feels as if you're fooling yourself. The scene may look perfect, but the feeling isn't there because it all just seems too out there to ever come true. So how do you fix that? Well, I'm glad you asked because there are actually several ways to fix that. The first thing you want to do is stop your structured imaginal sessions for a while. Just stop. See, we tend to think that unless we're actually doing something like an imaginal session or scripting or using any other technique, then we are manifesting. The truth is though that you're always manifesting, always, all the time, 24/7. You're always manifesting. Not just when you're using a specific manifestation technique, your thoughts and your imagination create your reality. All the time. So instead of trying to force yourself to keep replaying a scene when it feels too unreal and impossible to you, just stop. You don't want your imagining sessions to feel like you're making a huge effort, because that effort is going to be included in what manifests. Stop. The world isn't going to end if you stop your imaginal sessions for a few days, and you're still going to be manifesting anyway. See, when people feel that something is impossible or too difficult, what is actually happening in most cases is that they see manifesting this specific desire as something separate from who they are. In other words, they forget that they're gods of their own reality, and that everything around them is already a manifestation of their imagination. They see it like a separate task, as a specific, isolated goal they have, when in reality, that big, seemingly impossible goal is just another thing they want to manifest in a reality that is already 100% the product of their imagination. So the first thing you need to do is allow yourself to fully grasp the fact that you're God. You're a God of your own reality. Spend 10 minutes repeating this to yourself until it sinks in. I'm God of my own reality. I am God of my own reality. I am God of my own reality. You are not just Jane or Ted or whoever trying to manifest something and not knowing if it will ever happen. You're God of your own reality. And as God, what you say goes. What you decide happens. You have total control over everything. It doesn't matter if there are 50 things you don't like about your life today. You're God. You can change them all completely just by reimagining them. Alright, now that you have remembered that you're God of your own reality, here's what I want you to do. I want you to ask yourself, did I ever have what I now want to manifest? For example, if you want to manifest your ex back, then that means that in the past, you had what you now want. Because they weren't the ex. Right? So you have memories of things that you currently don't have, but you want to manifest. Do you have a memory of how it was when you two were madly in love with each other? What did they say to you? What did you say to them? How did you act? How did they act? I want you to find your happiest memories with this person. Those memories that you treasure and you wish you could have more of with this specific person in the future. It may be your first date, or it may be the first time they said I love you, or that time when they surprised you with tickets to that concert that was sold out for months. Now, if you haven't had what you want with this person, did you ever have it with another person? Like, if it is about a specific person, maybe what you want, you've never had with this person because it's not an ex, it's a new specific person, but you had it in other relationships. If yes, then use that memory. Take that memory, remove the original person, put the person you want in their place, and you're ready to go. Now here's what I want you to do. Don't do a structured imaginal session. Instead, spend some time daydreaming. You see, people often get all tangled up when they think about imagining sessions. Am I doing it right? Am I not doing it right? Are my sessions long enough? Maybe they're too long? Am I using the right scene? Am I in a state akin to sleep or not? So forget about imagining sessions for a while and daydream instead. Like a kid. Just start thinking back to one of those really happy memories you had. All you need to be careful is this. Do not allow your mind to go into woe is me or despair or anything like that by thinking, I used to have that and now it's gone forever. I'll never be happy again. Or any other such stupidity we tend to think in such cases. Assume that you and this person are still together and you're just thinking back to a specific happy time because it's so enjoyable. You can move from memory to memory or go over the same memory many times if that feels good to you. You can do that with your eyes closed as you fall asleep at night, or with your eyes open on the bus or the subway in the morning or in the evening or while brushing your teeth. It doesn't really matter, it's daydreaming. You can do it however you want and whenever you want. Now what happens when you've never actually had what you want to manifest? What happens, for example, if you want to manifest a specific person, but you've never been in a relationship before? Or a brand new car, but you never had a car before and don't even know how to drive yet? Don't worry, you can still use the daydreaming method. It'll just need a little bit of a tweak. Instead of looking for memories, think of movie scenes instead. Can you think of a movie where someone had what you want to manifest? Sometimes we have never actually experienced something, but we've seen it happen in so many movies that we actually know how it feels because we've watched it happen to so many other people. So, find a few movie scenes instead and in your mind, use them as a template for your own scene. You can either just keep the whole scene as it is and just replace the protagonist with yourself, or you can keep all the dialogues and stuff, but change the surroundings to match your own house or apartment or office or whatever and put yourself in the leading role. Another alternative is to think about people you know. Is there anyone who has what you want? If you want to be happily married, for example, maybe your cousin or your sister or a friend of yours is happily married and you've seen stuff and thought, I want to have that. Or they shared with you a specific happy event from their lives that you would like to experience too. For example, maybe you saw your best friend kiss her new husband at their wedding reception and you thought, I want that too. In this case, you have the scene. Just exchange her and her husband with you and the person of your choice. So basically, you either want to find very happy memories of things you used to have and want to manifest again, or if you never had them, then scenes of the stuff you want happening to other people, either in real life or in movies or TV series, that you can plug yourself and whoever other person you want in. And when you have a few such scenes, all you need to do is daydream about them during the day, whenever you want, for as long as it feels pleasant to you. If you've done it right and picked really pleasant scenes, then it should feel natural and effortless to you. Remember, this is not a structured imagining session. This is daydreaming. It doesn't matter if you can see everything in detail or if you only have the sense of this thing having happened. Daydream however you daydream. The whole point is for this to feel fun and pleasant and enjoyable. Now here's why daydreaming like this can help you tremendously. And I'm going to use manifesting an ex back as an example here a lot, because it's the type of goal where you can clearly see how the daydreaming can help. First of all, as I already said many times in this video, you don't just manifest when you're using a specific technique like imagining sessions or scripting or whatever. You manifest all the time. So by daydreaming about anything, you're actually also manifesting. In addition to that, since daydreaming isn't an actual technique, at least in your mind, but it's more like something you can start and stop at any time throughout the day, by daydreaming you condition your mind using scenes that either were actually true in the past, or were true and had a happy result in a movie or someone else's life. And that makes it easier to accept that this kind of thing can happen to you, or happen to you again, and that it's truly possible. So daydreaming can go a long way towards eliminating resistance and doubts. The other reason it is incredibly helpful, especially in cases where you used to have this thing you want in the past, like for example when it is about an ex you want back, is this. When a breakup happens, there are usually two common scenarios of what your thoughts tend to be focused on. In the first scenario, you keep fighting for a long time before the breakup. So after the breakup, you keep replaying all the big fights and all the cruel things they said to you and all the mistakes they made and all the ways they hurt you and broke your heart. So scenario number 2, which is especially common when the breakup comes out of nowhere or when your specific person has left you for someone else, is your mind keeps going back to the happiest times you had together, only to crush your heart over and over again because those things are now over. And you'll never have this again, and you're never going to be happy again, or be loved like that again, etc., etc. What these two scenarios have in common is that in both of them, you're focused, your imagination, and usually obsessively and all the time, and you're focusing it on things you really, really don't want. The fights, the heartbreak, the I'll never be loved again. Whether that's replaying old arguments or playing previously happy memories and thinking you're never going to have that again, this is a prime example of using your imagination to manifest more of the same pain and misery and loneliness and heartbreak and desperation that you definitely don't want. This is basically daydreaming, the nightmare edition. So, by using what you learned in this video, you basically switch to daydreaming, the miracles edition instead. You will not only have stopped the constant conditioning of your subconscious with crappy stuff you don't want, you'll have actually been conditioning your subconscious with all the stuff that you do want and how it's totally natural and normal and possible for you to have them. Daydreaming is the crossroads between structured imagining sessions and mental diets. And just by using that, you can manifest whatever you want. But if you actually want to be able to do imagining sessions without them feeling fake and impossible, then do the daydreaming first for at least a week. And then, when what you've been daydreaming about feels natural to you and not impossible anymore, pick the scenes that make you feel the best and the ones that contain the most things you want and script them in detail to use in your imaginal sessions. Now, if your scene is from the past, you can easily keep the basic stuff the same and make a few changes here and there. so that you turn it from a past scene into a scene that takes place after your desire manifested. Whatever the scenes you choose are, whether from the past or from movies, script each one in detail and then start using them in your imagining sessions, and you'll notice how much more real and believable they're going to feel. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, then give it a thumbs up. Share it so other people can benefit from it too. And if you haven't already, then subscribe and hit the bell icon, because I put out new videos every Sunday to help you manifest a life beyond your wildest dreams.